Hello and welcome to all you Aries people. Welcome for your monthly horoscope for June 2019. Let's have a look. You are a cardinal sign. And this is really a very important month. I always try to say in the beginning, is it an important month? Is it going to be easy peasy? I mean, in general, of course, never forget that these are not tailor-made horoscopes. But in general, yes, it is quite a tough month this month. And in that way, that if there is a necessity for you to make some drastic transformative changes, it is this month that it can happen, and especially for you. Why is that? The most important transit that is going on is because your ruler Mars is involved, and Mars is in Cancer. It's at the bottom of your horoscope. It is with the North Node there. Mercury is there as well, so a lot of energy in that fourth house. Now, but the thing is that it's going to oppose that other house, which is opposite, which is the 10th house, with Pluto, with Saturn, with the South Node, etc., etc. It is a continuation of the months that I've been talking about last month, month before. So still, there is now, let's say, if I would make a title of these horoscopes, I would say it's time to take your power back. And if you are the one that is trying to take power of others or trying to control things, it's time to let go, whatever the situation is. So a lot of people, and it has to do with work and home. It has to do with the home area, your family, the way how you create your own emotional stability versus your place in the universe, so to speak, how people see you. And there's a lot of shedding of the skin of when it comes to work. So a lot of you will have noticed that there's something that you need to let go of when it comes to work, maybe another job or maybe a part of your job that you need to let go of, some parts of that, because there's where the South Node is, and that continues. But now Mars opposite Pluto means that there is this possibility now to really take your power back. So what could I'm going to give some scenarios. What could that be? It could mean that you have given away your power when it comes to your family, when it comes to a parent. It can be very simple, a struggle with a parent. And now you, because of the situation, becomes more stressful. An opposition is stress, and it means that stress is needed to make the balance again between home and between work. So either it's very simple for Aries people, and you love your straightforwardness. It is either you work too hard, or either you work too hard at home, or either you work too hard in a business or with your work. So expect that things that if you have been burying, suppressing your Mars, if you think, I can't solve it now, I'll solve it later, this can be a month where it bursts out. Now, Mars Pluto is quite bursting out energy, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. If you have been working hard throughout the months lately and trying to adjust that in a way where you take your time, this could be the completion of you saying, you making some drastic changes. And I don't mean a very little change, but I mean for you important changes. So that could be the thing. It can also mean that enough is enough, that a family member is saying to you, enough is enough. Mars in the fourth house can give some stress at home, so that a family member is saying, you are controlling me too much, and I've had enough of it. And that is the clash that is happening. So beware of the fact of power struggles, because that's the negative form. That is when you point the finger to someone else. Look at what yourself is, what the situation is trying to say about yourself. So especially when someone around family, around work is being very aggressive, it says something about you. Maybe you were suppressing too much your own anger, etc., etc. So a lot of the positive side of this all, although this is not easy energy, positive side is that there is a time for release here. Maybe because of a little crisis or a big crisis, could be possible. You have to see your own chart, of course, to say that. But there is definitely change coming up for you. So if you are an Aries person who has gone through here, you know, I can't put up with it anymore. Mars opposite Pluto says, mobilize yourself and do what you need to do, what you've been needing to do for such a long time. But of course, this is deep, deep, deep fear and even shame. So it's about taking your power back. Yes, if it's about taking your power back, or it's about if you are, you know. I'm repeating myself. I'm gonna stop about this aspect. I could talk about this days and days. Anyway, another thing that is a bit more light for you. So yes, do take those big, do take your power back. Own your power. It's not a time to give it up anymore. And you see, I keep on repeating myself. It's unbelievable. Then you have the Sun and Venus in the 3rd house, which is lovely. So for you, Aries people, there is the Sun in the 3rd house, there is Venus in the 3rd house, so that's your Gemini house, and that means that there is a lot to talk about, there is a lot to social house as well. So whilst all these deep stuff is going on at home, there's also a lot to socialize. Although don't go over the top with it because it opposes Jupiter, so you could have great ideas now. If you do have those great ideas, stay with the feet on the ground and then you will be fine, because this is in opposition with Jupiter, a square in Neptune. So you could think about falling in love, for instance, and you could really go on a very rose pink colored glasses. But again, if that is a little escape route and you enjoy it, why not? But make sure that you prefer reality instead of fantasy. So a very good time to gatherings, to socialize and all of that. And it's a good mixture of lightness throughout this quite important month for you. So very transformative, you Aries people. Of course, if you want to have a reading in depth, and especially for you, then you just let me know and we'll fix a reading. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you the best month, Aries people, and see you next time. Bye bye.